My name is David, and this is I Am the Cebro Paracord Design. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make the Falcons Flight Paracord bracelet. What you'll need is 2 strands of cord of about 8.5 feet or more, or less, if you choose to do so. The wrist size I'll be using is 9.5 inches. Alright, what you first want to do is set up your core strands by taking your cords and running them down through the bottom buckle and evening up the ends. You want to do one to the left, one to the right. What I'm using here is black and goldenrod. You want to take your cord, bring it down through the top of the buckle, and even up the ends. Then after that, as you can see here, you want to take your bottom cord, you want to come up from the right side or the left side, whichever you start with. You want to make sure your bottom cord goes to the outside of the buckle, over the top cord, and back through, going back to the right side. I'll show you right now. See, like that, you're just looping over and back through out the right. You want to take that and tighten up all your slack. I find that this method is easy because there'll be more space for other cords, which is only this one here and this one here. Next, you want to take your both ends. You want to make sure you bring one to the left and one to the right. This design, I will be doing the alternate method first, where the colors will be one side and then the other. I will show you probably 2 to 3 different passes of this. Let's go ahead and get that down here. Let me go ahead and get the other cord situated in here, and then we can begin with this full stretch of cords. You want to repeat the process for the other cord, this one here. From the outside, loop over the upper. You want to loop over the upper cord and basically tie off a knot and loop. You want to make sure your 2 inside cords, when you bring the cords through, they're to the inside section in between 2 and 3 on the cords, on the weaving strands. Because one cord will be going left, one cord will be going right for each of the 2 colors. You want to make sure the same colors are both at the top and at the bottom of the weaving strand. So if you dedicate the, say for instance, the goldenrod to be the small end of the weave, you want to make sure it's to the top. Let me go ahead and tighten this up a little bit so that there is no slack whatsoever. And you want to close off that and then do the other inside loop. Tighten that one up as well. Shoot. But also make sure that when you're doing one of the two cords, you bring both of them through their respective opposite loops. If you don't get the desired look of how it's supposed to be, you want to make sure you have the whichever color you want to be at the small section of this to be at the top. You can, it doesn't matter how it looks. That's my opinion when you start it off. You want to make sure your entire weaving setup is very nice and tight so that you can complete this design. And like I said, I'll be using the goldenrod as the smaller section of the design. So you want, like I said, make sure your matching colors are both on the top and the bottom. Alright, let's get into this tutorial. What you first want to do, you want to bring your upper cords like these. You want to go over 3, and you want to loop down in between from the right between cords 1 and 2 and bring it back out to the same direction it came from. Then you want to do the other side and repeat the process, making sure you have like a nice little X pattern on the design. Then, with the second set of cords, you want to take the lower strands and you want to bring them all the way down to where the pinch point is for the X pattern. Let me make this a little bit smaller. And you want to take this cord over and down in between cords 2 and 3. Then you want to loop it under. And back up so that it holds the 2 cords that started the X pattern. You want to bring it right back up in here in between cords 1 and 2. You want to bring it up through here and keep it under everything. And then pull all your slack out, making sure you don't kink it up. Then you want to repeat that process for the other one. Do the same thing. Over. the X pattern cord down through between 1 and 2 and back up at the same point just right below the X pattern right here, and then under everything. After that, you want to take the cord that you just took and you want to do an over on that. You want to bring that down underneath the 2 cords from the right. You're using the same cord that it started off with. And you want to make sure that you have your goldenrod or whatever colors you decide to use going over the cord that just went through the loop, and then you want to bring that cord, I'll just refer to it as black for the black cord for now, up through the loop from the X pattern. You want to take off the you want to take a little slack on each side for the X pattern that came through, so that you can pass your cords through that. And then you want to bring that up through that loop, making sure the goldenrod is over that cord, and then repeat the process for the other cord, bringing it down through the loop created at the top here, and then under the cord, under the goldenrod, and back up through the side, the loop that came out the side. Then you want to go ahead and tighten up your design. You want to make sure that the cords from the left and the right don't cross over each other. You want to make sure they create a nice little side by side on the under end of it. Making sure to always pull the slack out on the goldenrod. I'm just using that as reference. Then you pull out your slack on the other cord. That'll create the look of this design. You want to make sure you're nice and tight, and you press down on it a little bit so that like it will tighten up the design, the pattern. If you have problems and you need to loosen up some slack in the goldenrod, you want to make sure that they tighten up so that it looks like that, and then pull all your slack out. And that will create your pattern. And there you have it. I'll zoom in for the next one. And repeat the process. Take your goldenrod, go down between 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 from each opposite side. Let me zoom out a little bit so that you can get a better look at it. You're basically making like a little triangle with the X. And there you go. That is the pattern. I leave the rest to you guys. Also, follow me on Instagram at cord_550_Dave. Also, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And post some suggestions for what I should do next. Thank you, and have a nice day.